Hello everyone and welcome to the second day of December. As you can see, we have the Christmas tree set up and I'm wearing a Santa hat. So every day, every video I make in December, I'll be wearing a Santa hat. So yeah, let's just do it. So while I'm talking about uh my new wand and Ludo in a while, I'm gonna be making I'm gonna put a thumbnail on one of my videos. Just hold on. Okay, so this is the first two mini episodes in season 2, and let's talk about my new wand first. So it starts with like a it starts with like Star like narrating on a camera or whatever, and then when she's narrating on the camera, she's like, "Oh, my new wand is." And then like Marco's there too, and he's like trying to take a shower, I guess. Jeez. Yeah, and then there's like a force that that just like pushes Marco into the closet, and then his towel's gone. It's in, yeah, and you know, he's stuck in the closet with Glossaric, the wand, and the book, and then Glossaric tries to teach Star how to dip down, and then she keeps trying to do that and stuff, and then Mr. Glossaric is like, "Oh, Marco, you have to find the secret." So Marco like keeps looking around for the secret, and then Star looks around for Star calls Moon, who is her mom. Yeah. So then Star calls Moon, and then she's like, "Oh, what do I do? I'm trying to dip down." And then Moon's like, "Oh, you have to channel everything you can ever summon." Like spell wise, I guess. You can't use like everything in your room. So she gets everything in her room, and then she just like catapults it into the closet, which ruins Marco's progress to try and trying to find the secret. And yeah, so Marco finds the Star's journal, and he starts reading it. And after he reads it for a while, he comes to a chapter that says, "My thoughts on Marco," and so it's like, "Oh no, he's gonna find out!" And then she like dips down, and then she like breaks down the door when she dips down, which breaks the door, and and then it's all good and stuff. And that's that. I wanted to save a lot more time for the next episode on this list, which is Ludo in the Wild. It's a very creative episode. Let's talk about it. In Ludo in the Wild, after Storm the Castle, which was the season 1 finale, Ludo gets stuck in outer space. He then finds a golden crisps potato chips thing bag, and then he finds a golden crisp potato bag, and he finds that and he tries to follow it, but then he gets like blasted by some green energy, and then he like lands on land, and then he like tries to find the golden crisp, but he can't. Also, this episode is really hard to, it's kind of hard to freaking explain it, because the writing in this episode is really good. So, Yeah, he like does that, and then he finds a bird nest, and then he tries to get some food from it because he's hungry. And also, there's some like funny narration going on the side, like Ludo in the wild. Ludo must find the wild inside Ludo, and the wild must find Ludo inside the wild, and stuff like that. It's great. Ludo finds the bird and he tries to get food from the bird, but he fails. And then he finds the spider. And there's this really horrifying scene where he gets stuck in a spider web with this other like caterpillar dude. And he's like, dude, don't wiggle. Just accept the inevitable. And then the caterpillar just gets annihilated by the spider, man. He just gets like eaten. Oh my gosh. I need to stop thinking about that. Oh man. Yeah. And then he finds the golden crisp like nearby, but the spider's like, nah, I'm gonna take it. And then he's like, fine, have it your way. And then he ends up having this fight in the spider's lair, where he fights the spider. And the spider is like, oh, I'm gonna stab you with one of my 8 legs. But Ludo's like, no. When the spider thinks he has the upper hand, the bottom web below him comes down, and he is defeated. Defeated. Oh man. Yeah. And then Ludo takes control of the spider, and then like he like tosses a chip in front of him, and the spider eats it. That's his way of traveling now for the spider. So he does that. He does that, and then he finds the bird, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you." So then Spider gets Ludo and Spider get the bird as part of their group. Yeah. And then they have a bunch of fish from ice fishing, and then Miss freaking Star appears, and she says, "Hi, Ludo," and then just runs off. And then Ludo's like, "Oh, I need the wand," but it was just a hallucination that Star was there because she wasn't there, and Ludo was like, "Oh, she's there," but she wasn't. So yeah, and then that happens, and then Ludo finds out that he's right near Muni, and he's like, "We're going here next." And that's the end of My New Wand and Ludo in the Wild. I think I like Ludo in the Wild more. It's realistic because anyone in that survival situation would definitely do anything for food, and you can relate hard to Ludo. Like everything bad that could happen happens to Ludo, but he then realizes that he can change how he's played around these spiders and stuff. So he becomes the boss of the spider and the bird, and then we're gonna see what happens next. Ludo in the Wild is probably 7.3-ish, 7.4. Not saying that's a bad episode. It's above average, and My New Wand is probably like 7.1. You can check out the rankings in the description of these episodes. And happy December, everyone. And yeah, I'm gonna do some thumbnails. And also, I'm watching a lot more Steven Universe recently, so I think I've gotten out of my addiction of watching Star versus the Force of Evil. So yeah, I'm trying to finish Steven Universe. No spoilers. I'm on I'm not done with it yet. But there's gonna be that one guy who's gonna spoil it for me. But I know I've been spoiled in other comments of videos too, and yeah, so. But the thing is that you don't know what episode I'm on or season. Got him.